You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Hey, my man, this is your boy, Al Mega, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we're stepping into a time-bending, mind-melting world of sci-fi with an amazing creator, because this dude is not just making comics, he is bending the very fabric of space and time with his new Kickstarter project, A Matter of Time. I mean, think high-stakes sci-fi, deep psychological twist, and a black hole that might just ruin everything. So hit play, baby, subscribe, tune in, and get ready for a journey across time. And of course, don't forget to back this project with the one, the only, the amazingly talented Anthony Esper. Welcome to the show, baby. How you doing?
Let's go. What's up, Al? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, baby. We're about to talk about a dope project that's live right now. I mean, you already exceeded your goal, and it was a modest goal. And we're going to get into that to the whys. I mean, we're about to learn all about the Esperverse in this fantastic podcast.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm digging it, brother. I am digging it. We're about to fucking kill it. Is you ready, baby?
I'm so ready, man.
So Anthony, again, I always love my good old origin story. So please tell our fellow Crusaders and fans out there where you are originally from, and most importantly, the most important question you ever be asked in your life, my brother. Mm-hmm. What is the first thing in all of fandom that you ever fell in love with?
Wow. All right. Well, that's a great question. Thanks for asking me that. Yeah. So I'm from Ohio. I'm from a small town called Canfield, Ohio. It's a nice town, and I grew up here. I spent most of my time here, and this place really fueled my love for storytelling and comics and movies and shows and stuff like that.
How so? How did you find it? Was it daddy? Was it mommy? Was it titi? Was it Theo? Was it a cousin? Like, who the hell introduced you to pop culture?
It was my dad. If it wasn't for my dad, I don't think we would be sitting here. I don't think I'd be creating.
Pop was the nerd in the family, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Papa Esper, there you go.
Yeah, he started me young, and I credit him for fueling my passion and love for storytelling, because he showed me movies and stuff like that. It wasn't until I got to be around 10 years old that I started really getting into comics. And I've read all kinds of stories. I read Watchmen by Alan Moore. I've read Invincible. I've read Walking Dead. My favorite is probably Walking Dead. I credit.
Yeah, me too. But I found that day one, Anthony. Day one, I was a fan. I brought the book. I was always a horror fan. I brought this to my neighborhood, showed the fellas, and they were like, "Oh, it's black and white, it's not color." Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, "What do you mean? I thought you guys like story. This shit is kind of fucking deep because it's more than about the zombies." But no, they went into it. Of course, once the TV show comes out, all of a sudden, hey, Al, The Walking Dead. Like, shut the fuck up. I've been told you, son.
Fake. Oh my goodness!
Angry. Those, right? I mean, you really wait. I'm trying to put you on early, and we're about to put you on early as to what A Matter of Time is. We got those questions, man. Yeah. We're about to murder the scene because Ant got something here. Again, your man's like, oh shit, you got this crazy story. So, obviously, a very congrats for launching this.
Oh, thank you.
Again,
yeah.
You were looking for 1,000 again. I'll show you that in a little bit, guys. Don't you worry. Be patient, please. As you're waiting for your tax check, I just want you guys to make responsible choices. This is one of them. All right. So So tell us, was there ever a moment in your life where you felt like time itself was messing with you?
Um, you know, that's a great question. I think I wouldn't say that. I say the story is based on it uses science fiction and the robots and the technology as sort of a backdrop, kind of like what The Walking Dead does, to tell a much broader story of purpose and
Mm.
and ambition and the consequences of certain actions and the forces that really shape our morals. And that is something that I have always personally been fascinated with, the reason why we do things and the consequences of certain things we do and why we think the way we do. And I thought that it would be a great way to implement that in a story, but I got influenced by the Walking Dead in a way to like how the zombies are a backdrop to tell a story of, you know, human connection and stuff like that, where you know the robots and the black holes and the spaceship is sort of a backdrop to tell, you know, the main character's purpose and the consequences of what he does in the first issue that trickles down into the rest of the issues.
So
So
talk about this, because this book is all about those black holes and time gone wrong. Holy shit! What was
yeah,
this that made you say, "I gotta tell this story"? I mean, what
yeah.
were you had in your mind, man? Well, were you out with the fellas? Were you smoking a bone or some shit? What is going on?
No, I spend too much time in my head, man. I really do. No, so I've always had these characters. I've had, you know, who you see in the background, the main character, his name is Zorik. Zorik.
Zoric. Okay.
Yeah, Zorik, Zorrick. And I've had, you know, there's some other main characters that you'll meet later on, but I've had these characters in my head, and I had a sort of story for them. It wasn't great, and I said, you know what, I have to do something with this. You know, I've always loved writing, and I'm saying, you know, if this is the story that I want to come out with, first I want to tell this story. So I wrote a script. I put these characters in there, and I had a plot, and I was great. I thought it was great, and then I sent it to my editor, and he said, "This is shit. So redo it,
You
redo
made
it." No, he didn't
he
say
got the
that, but
white glove, said ta ta with the white glove. How dare you make me read this? Do better.
yeah. Um, so, but I needed that. That was a wake up call. So the script went through a couple more drafts.
Actually,
I
though, again, going through that experience, did you even know what you were doing and writing the script before you even handed it over? Did you study? Like, what was your inspiration? Or you said, this is what I think a script is. And you
yeah.
said, fuck it. Yo, check this out.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know. I taught myself. I taught myself how to do it, and
Entrepreneur to the core, baby. High five. That's
yeah,
right,
yeah.
baby.
Exactly. My education was reading
So,
comics. My education was movies. My education was, you know, teaching myself how to do it. And I feel that that in itself is the best form of teaching instead of, you know, a structuralized class on how to write a script. I feel like, you know, that's where the creative work comes out.
love it, love it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, your main character gets stranded in time. Now, be real with
Mm,
me. If
mm,
you got stuck in a random time period, where's the last place you'd want to end up?
mm. Oh my gosh. Well, my main character definitely handles it better than I would handle it if I was in that situation. props to Zorik, man. He does
Yeah,
well, but
I could write that shit, but I ain't about that shit. I love it.
exactly. Oh my gosh. But
Historical,
oh,
historical.
if I was trapped in like the oh my gosh, like the Renaissance era, like with the just like time when like medical technology was not good enough, I would just I would hate it. You know, you got polio, dysentery, stuff like that. And
Oh shit, yeah.
yeah, no, but at the end of the first issue, Zorik, he faces the consequence of his action by launching himself and his crew through a black hole to try to explore another universe. And you know, spoilers, you go read it, go read it, but it ends in a very dramatic way, and he is stranded in this alternate past, and there's no way of getting home. And that's in the way my artist, the guy I work with, his name is Dexter Wee. He's an incredible artist.
Look at this guy. He's getting into the promance already. That's what I call it, the promance. So talk to me. How did you meet your creative partner in this endeavor? How that go about? Again, you're a newbie here. So you're saying me the process. You're a guy that never did a comic book. You submitted a script that they fucking, grab you by the collar apparently, and then fix it. And so how you met your artist? How you did all this?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's a crazy story. I'll say everything is connections. Everything is connections. That's everything. So Dexter, he did a book called The Fuhrer and the Tramp. It's like a dystopian historian history book. And my cousin actually is friends with the writer of that book. They're friends. And he sent me up with the guy, the writer of the book. And we talked for a little bit. And I went out, I bought the book. I read it cover to cover, and I thought, this is great. I thought it was a great book. I really enjoyed it, and I thought the art was stellar. I thought it was great. Right. And I looked at, I said, who did the art? I mean, this is, I would love to have someone do my book in this manner. And I looked at the art. I saw Dexter's name, and I said, I got to have this guy. He's great. I have to have him on. So I reached out to him, and he's done a number of books, and they're all great books. Go check out his work, his Instagram. But I reached out to him, and he was very open to doing the book. He was like, yeah, let's we hit it off. Yeah, he was very, very open to it. And I'm very grateful for that. And we started about a year and a half ago working on it. And, it's been steady climb ever since then. And he's done great work on this book, incredible work on this book.
Journey though for you though, again, here you are, you got your baby here, and now you found someone to entrust and bringing it to life, based on what you've written. So how's that creative journey been like in the collaboration process? Has he, like, when you presented the project to him and he gave you the first piece of art, did it officially, like, from the beginning, was it a perfect translation of what you thought of in your head?
Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah. It was when I first got that Zork sketch back, when it was, when it was inked and everything, I'm like, this is the guy that's been in my head for so long. It was incredible. It was almost as if Dexter, yeah. And, but yeah, the other thing, like, it's very vulnerable being a writer because you're entrusting someone to adapt what you've put out, and it's a vulnerable thing. And luckily he was able to read my mind. I don't know how, all the way from the Philippines. He read my mind and was able to.
Philippines, love it, man. My man is halfway around the world, baby. Look at that, love it.
Yeah, he was able to do it, and he did it perfectly. I mean, I was very shocked, but yeah.
I love this new world economy of creativity, man, where you could just hook up with people from all over the world and just definitely get some stuff done. Now, let me ask you here. You blend sci-fi and psychological drama. How deep in the rabbit hole of research do you go? Any real scientists on the style, bro? Like, what's going on here, bro?
Oh my gosh, I did a lot of homework. You can trust that the book is factual because I did my homework. I did my part. Don't worry. I was looking up, Neil deGrasse Tyson videos and
I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. You could tell from it. I can't wait to show you guys. Listen, we're almost there. I got to ask a couple more questions. And we're about to get your wallets out, folks. Get your fucking wallets out. I ain't fucking playing. Do you know what guy's coming up? Do you make questions and how he's answering? That should tell you everything about the madness that you're about to get into. All right? Now. Oh, bro. You got a multi-millionaire messing around with a black hole. Where? Now, come on. You can tell me. Any inspiration for real-life billionaires with space obsessions?
Huh? Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's more of like a Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark mix. And but his motivations, Zork's motivations, are actually very interesting, and it's really the center of the story, and that's really the question that needs to be answered. Why is he doing this? And it's interesting because Zork grew up with his dad was actually the billionaire, and his dad owned this incredible scientific company, and it was always going to be Zork's, path that he would take over this company. And he was always seen as his dad's son. He was never his own person. And so when it came time to take over the company, he said to himself, what if I can outflank my father? What if I can trump my dad and do something that is unimaginable? And then when I succeed at it, people will see me as myself and not my dad's son. And so then that's when he gets the idea to travel, get a team together, travel through a black hole, and venture to another universe to basically prove that he's better than his dad. And in the first, I mean,
and that's kind of you said though, because again, that your father always wants you to be better than him, but there are also some circumstances where you just want to be better than your dad because maybe he was a dick. Things happen, it's life. So like, what approach do you take to that? Talking about that on that male emotional level. You know what I mean? Are we talking about a dick dad, or are we talking about a dad that maybe that's respectable?
Well, we don't actually ever in the comics. We never get to meet his dad. He's never really brought up to full extent. We only get little snippets of whenever he is mentioned. We only get snippets of Zork's like response, his emotions, and his responses are not really positive. And what we do
would allude to maybe daddy was a werewolf. Gotcha.
Exactly. So what is brought up of his dad is not positive. It's very negative. But I would imagine if his dad was in the comics, he would be very negative and very overruling and overbearing. And but luckily we leave that to the reader to imagine. So yeah.
And talk about leading to readers' imagination. We're reaching that halfway point, folks. You see that at the bottom? It's this Kickstarter. So what I'm going to do right now is bring up the Kickstarter. We're about to watch that video first. He's probably embarrassed. Like, I don't want to watch myself. But you're forced to watch yourself right now. Check out the video. We're about to dig into this awesome Kickstarter, baby.
What if we finally unlocked the secrets of the multiverse, only to discover that we found something we were never truly meant to find?
I like the music.
Hey,
thank you.
I'm Anthony Esper, and for the past 2 years, I've been crafting this incredible story. I grew up loving comics, but I always felt that there was something missing from stories. Stories about depth, consequences, and real emotional stakes. That's why I created A Matter of Time, a serious, high-stakes, character-driven story that follows Zorik West, multi-millionaire who has dedicated his entire life to one single mission, venturing into the unknown depths of a black hole. As the world watches his historic space launch, the unthinkable happens mid-mission, and he is faced with a harrowing truth. There is no way back. A Matter of Time isn't just your everyday sci-fi comic. It's a story about ambition, purpose, and what it means to truly live. If you like stories like Interstellar, Stanley Kubrick's A Space Odyssey, or The Twilight Zone, this story is for you. We've been developing this story for the past 2 years, and I've teamed up with incredible artist Dexter Wee, who has worked on The Viewer and the Tramp and other incredible projects. We're launching this comic through Kickstarter, which means that we need your help to complete it. To finish final pages, get professional grade coloring and lettering, and send it off to print. By backing this campaign, you'll get exclusive rewards, limited edition covers, signed copies, and even your name in the credits. I believe in this story, and I know that sci-fi fans like yourself will too. So together, let's make this happen. Click the button, back the project, and together, let's bring A Matter of Time to life. Thank you guys for your support. And together, let's do this.
Let's do it, baby. Bring it. You know what? A big old salute to you 23 backers right now. With 26 days to go, my man at a pledge goal of 1,000. He has reached the point of 1870. Woo! Thank you, Independent Comics. A big old salute to you, supporters out there. But listen, guys, it's tax season. You know, and with 26 days to go, those are about 3 pay periods. So somebody's getting paid. Don't be giving me no shit. You know, there's the stuff you gotta be looking into. Did you hear what he said? I mean, come on now. And look how you get started. Easy peasy with $10 with digital copies and whatnot. I mean, you saw that art. You saw whatever he was talking about. You got a matter of time issue 1 physical copy at 15. You know what I mean? Signed copies. We got everything going on in this, man. My man ain't playing, bro. He is kicking ass. You know, he's kicking those chassis, as they say. So the Kickstarter is a real grind. And so what's been the wildest, most unexpected challenge while putting this whole campaign together?
Man, it's been a challenging road. It's been a long process. You know, it was a last minute decision really to use Kickstarter. You know, in this business, it's extraordinarily hard to seek out a publisher, especially for a newbie, because, you know, it's almost, you know, required that you have a portfolio of past work to be able to get a book at a publisher. But
is that your goal though?
Oh, completely.
Man, you don't want to stay indie and make sure that Esper is the one that rocks out. You know, who needs Marvel when you got Esper comics?
I don't know. The goal is to.
You brother, let's go. You can do it. You seen the story, folks. That artistry, no, bro. That fucking trailer, the way that art look. Yo, a big salute. You definitely chose an amazing artistic partner. Fuck,
I did,
bro.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, the thing with Kickstarter is that, you know, you have a Kickstarter, you got to get people to go to your Kickstarter. So how do you do that? Well, then you got to market. Well, then how do you market? So then it's a trickle down process that you really
process of knowledge that you must encounter. Like you have to learn every minute, waking moment of your life. Like, oh my God, how am I going to make this successful?
yeah.
And a salute to you. I love you guys that do this because that's a grind, and so many of you are successful because again, you understand and work the grind. So again, what's the secret? And again, you're already funded. For a newbie, you're already funded, bro. Not many people can say that. So how do you do it? What's the secret sauce for you?
Well, I would say the secret really, I believe, is self-confidence. Honestly, I feel that, and belief in yourself, and, you know, just letting that creative energy flow, because when you're creative, then you can work. And, you know, really just, you know, anyone can do it. Really, anyone can do it. And but you just got to be willing to put that work in. And you know, if I can do it, anyone else can do it. You got to work hard, you know, get those people to gravitate to your project, you know, find out what makes your project special.
And there we go. With that, I love it because you keep following the lane. I love it because every creator has that what the fuck moment when making a book, right? What's yours? Is there a scene in this book that fried your brain, or maybe a plot twist that you hit unexpectedly? Like, oh shit, wait a minute, I could go this way.
Yeah, I not so much in the first issue, because the first issue really sets the stage for the rest of the issues. I would say later on in issues 4 and 5, I would say.
Look at this guy. Wait a minute, he's already going forward. Let's reel it back for a minute. Wait a minute. So you're telling me you already got issue 1 ready? So once this baby is funded, it's ready to go. People are gonna be getting that like this. And how many stories you talking about already? Holy shit!
Well,
look at this guy. He prepped. See, folks, I want you guys to know my man is bringing you the real deal. This is the real indie in the house, baby.
Oh man, yeah, no, the first arc it's 5 issues. It's 5 issues, but the first arc is. But yeah, I'd say, you know, fleshing out a volume of 5 or 6 issues, it's almost inevitable that you're going to run into some plot holes, and it's not easy to fund that, to create a story. No one ever said it was easy to do that, but yeah, I did definitely hit a lot of plot twists and roadblocks along the way when creating it, but talking it out, talking out amongst, fellow creators was definitely what helped out. Yeah.
So, we talked about your artist, where you found them. Who's your colorist? Who's your letterer? Or is your artist like a one-stop shop? What are we talking about here?
No. My colorist, his name is Steve Cannon. He's worked at a number of publishers, Image Comics, Ani Press. He's done.
How'd you find him?
He's worked with Dexter in the past, actually. Yeah.
He's worked with family network. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got DC Hopkins, who is the letterer. He works at And World Design, run by Darren Bennett. And Darren actually, funny story, Darren actually worked with Dexter on something, and Darren oversees the company, and I reached out, and DC worked on it. So
love it. So I want to reel it back a little bit to the story, because again, I want to keep enticing people to understand why they need to read this book and put this as part of their self-porn, if you will. Now, time travel can in fact be tricky, right? So did you set rules for it in your story, or you were embracing the chaos of paradoxes?
I'm embracing the paradox. There's unlimited possibilities, man. If you see the guy in red in the cover,
this guy right here.
Yeah. He's actually the overseer. His name is Morius, and he's actually the overseer of time, space, the multiverse. And
so you mean like a watcher, but with extra special stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So basically, so when Zorik, gets stranded in that alternate past, it causes kind of a disruption in that, and it now involves Morius. And basically, it's when you mess with time and space, it's pandemonium follows. So yeah,
insane. There we go. I love it. Let me ask you something. If you had a time machine, but you could only go forward or back once, just once, where are you going and why? Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. I want to get your creative juices flowing, bro.
Oh yeah. No, you're doing your job. Yeah. I would. And then I'm gonna go with the 1950s.
Okay.
1950s. Yeah, very calm era. Very very pulp culture.
Calm for you, not for my ass. I'll probably get murdered in those days, boy. I better learn English real quick. Let me tell you. Yeah. I love it though. For me, 50s is good. It's the style, the music, the way that the era just was, and it really was. That was a generation of where they were trying to build more community. That was when people were more open to that diversity and all. It did start in the 50s, to be honest. So, actually a very good era. But let's get into this campaign, man, because right now we got digital copies starting at $10. We got those physical copies at $15. Talk to me about these options here, man. We got more at 20, digital sign at 35. I mean, Frank Uzan for 50. Look at this. I mean, talk to me about all these options we have here. I mean, listen, bro. I think you could have done so much more. It kind of seems you could have offered more, because this is a dope campaign. Why did you keep the goodies so small for your?
Well, I mean, I guess I kept it so small. I mean, this is my first campaign, and I didn't want to go too crazy out of the bat. I feel like this is the right amount. Maybe I could have done a little more. I could have added a little more.
I'm not trying to say anything in the negative space, because again,
thank
you for saying that it is your first experience. But again, it's like, wow, You could do more again, I think, because again, I think you have a fire product.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of ideas, but again, maybe going forward with the second issue, because again, you're already funded, baby. So people believe in your stories. That's great. Let's talk about your second campaign, man, because I definitely have ideas for you. Because, dude, you know, what you have here is very special. It's fire. And you have built a hell of a team. Now, I'm very impressed for your first project. And damn, bro, salute, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, hats off to my team, man. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. I mean, they're really helping bring it. Same, my editor, my team. These guys have really brought my vision to life. So, you know,
how many pages we getting in this issue 1 right here?
We got 32. Issue 1, 32
pages. 32 pages, man, of fucking time warp madness. Yes. Bring it, baby. Bring it. I can't wait. This is gonna be fire, bro. So you said it's 5 issues. So after this is successful already. What's the timeline here for shipping and then you getting into the second issue?
Yeah. So the timeline, the book is finished. We have all the pages inked. They're black and white right now, but we still have to color and letter it. So we're going to spend the next month coloring and lettering. So basically the month of April, we're going to finish the book. We're going to color it. We're going to letter it. And then we're going to ship it off to print. And, you know, fingers crossed, hopefully, the beginning of May, mid-May, we're going to be shipping that bad boy out. And
there we go.
People are going to get their copies of issue 1. So
and they're going to want to sign, and they're going to be going nuts. You know, they're going to be warping because when they touch one of the black holes there, they're going to actually get warped into the comic. You know, some of them are going to have exclusive real black holes, folks.
Speaking of the black holes, I do have to mention the way Dexter draws the black hole and everything that happens is, you know, is incredible. I mean, I don't think really we've seen like intricate, you know, details of what happens when you enter into a black hole in a mainstream comic before. And, you know, I don't think that's really ever been explored in depth the way that Dexter draws it. So I'm really excited for people to see that. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Listen, we can't wait. As comic book fans, again, there's a whole new world where we have so many different options outside of the big two, you know, the world of indie and now even crowdfunding, which, again, is its own publishing platform, if you will. It's amazing. And we're living in fine times as a comic book fan. Now, brother, I need you to do this for me right now before we end this show. You feel me? Are you ready?
All right. I feel you, man. Let's go.
This is what I need you to do. Fine. I need you to pitch this to the Comic Crusaders audience. Why do they need a matter of time in their lives before it's too late, baby?
Before it's too late? Well,
give it to me.
If you truly want to be on the path to figure out your purpose, what makes your life truly special, and figuring out what comes next. You know, we have all this advancement, all this technology, and we have everything, but what comes next? And you want to know, get a matter of time. A matter of time. You need a matter of time to figure that out.
You hear that? I think that's actually great advice too. Everything takes a matter of time to figure out, baby. All right. So before we go, also one more question. Are you making any appearances anywhere? I know this is your first project, but do you have any big plans for 2025 and maybe hitting the Comic-Con circuit and getting to know the comic book community and selling your wares at tables? Like, what's the plans?
Yeah, there's a few conventions that are happening around like the Cleveland area that I plan on going to. But I want to hit up, you know, like the mega cons and the bigger comic cons, you know, probably around next year when we have more issues done and that we can actually, you know, sell the full story to people. Because
what's your magic number? What's your magic number for issues to go to a show and start making appearances?
I think 5, man. I want the full story.
You want the single issues, you want the graphics, you want the cosplayers, you want it all.
I want it all, man. I want the trade paperback. I want everything.
You want that shelf porn, baby. You want them action figures. Let's go. See, that's what I'm saying, yo. You got some dope characters. You could do action figures, plushies, them t-shirts, stickers. Come on, man. We got to do more over here, brother. You got something that's fire. And folks, again, the link is in the show notes, but I'm showing you below. It's right there. Back this Kickstarter right now because we have 26 days to go. But as I said, this baby's funded. He was looking for a G, and he got 1,800 stacks right now, baby. Wepa! You indie folks made it rain, so keep making it rain. This is again comic book goodness at its best. Did you see this? Did you see that fucking art? I want you to go visit this Kickstarter so you can receive. I'm not even going to replay it. You either rewind this show or you go straight to that link right there and you start watching what I'm talking about because I'm telling you, this is what it is. And if you don't believe me, go follow homie on Instagram at Anthony Esper _official because there's only one Esper, one Anthony Esper. And this is the one right here that's doing some fire shit with this amazing book that you guys got to be doing on Kickstarter. So, bro, I know this is just your first Kickstarter, but again, you're already like ahead of many that can say my first is successful. Boom. Any advice for those that also maybe want to step into the realm of crowdfunding?
Yeah, I think get your A game on. If you have your idea, if you have your team, you have your product. Find out what makes your project special. Find out why readers need to have that comic in their hands, and get together. Make your press kit. Gather your images together. Reach out to people. Get your social media going. Get your email list going, and just throw yourself out there. And that's the only way it can be done. And you gotta believe in it.
There we go. Believe. There we go. Believe in y'all joint. Believe in y'all stuff like homie. Because again, I'm gonna show you one last time. I love showing it off. I love to see success, man. There you go. 26 days to go, folks. All right. 23 backers. Again, much love to you guys. That's amazing. I love when I see indie getting supported. But again, out of $1,000 goal, we're at 1,870. We expect a whole lot more, baby. Ooh. And again, it's gonna happen. It's a fantastic looking book. I can't wait to see what the universe holds for what is a matter of time. Wepa, so, you're a big boss. I really appreciate you hanging out with me and talking a little bit about this world and what's popping. This is your casa and my Crusaders. Thank you for being shy. I see all of you. We have quite a number of people watching. But y'all be so shy. Please comment. I mean, let's help me support these amazing creators. Give them a little word. Give them a word on my behalf. Come on now. Come on. All right. You know what I mean? But again, and you rock, my Crusaders, you rock. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on those notifications. It's Comic Crusaders everywhere except YouTube, which is Comic Crusaders World. But when it comes to Anthony Esper, it's very easy. Again, I'm going to repeat it once again on Instagram, Anthony Esper _official. But the most important thing, the biggest mission of today's podcast is that you guys got to back this Kickstarter right now. A matter of time. Issue 1, baby. It is the start of a very big sci-fi epic, baby. LFN, yeah. So let's go. The birth of the Esperverse. Wepa, hasta la próxima. Wepa. Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at Undercover. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.